can't prove it. Bounce. Where it's different. If I get 4 women pregnant, we know the deal.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So obviously back then for survival, women needed a man. Otherwise, when they were pregnant, they could die and all of these things, they would perish. In today's society, given evolution, given the fact that as women we can go and get...
men.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that. Isn't there a glitch between what is actually happening and the nature of what we have in our bodies? I think...
Here's one thing you need to do before you start your holiday shopping. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this film.
I think that's probably the conflict that we're having right now.
Glitch in what way?
In the sense that women don't feel like they need men in the most physical sense, perhaps like
right.
naturally.
It's very interesting. Women don't feel like they need men in a physical sense because life is soft, but it's bullshit. And it's bullshit because you still need men by proxy, 1, and 2, the second life gets difficult, you very quickly learn how much you need men. But women will go, I'm independent, I don't need no man because I have an OnlyFans and men pay my OnlyFans, and if anyone comes up to me, I'll call a male police officer. I don't need men. Shut up, you fucking idiot. Of course you do. You just named your whole life is based on fucking men. The road you're driving on was paved by a man. The house you're living in was built by a man. The car you're driving was designed by a man. Your whole life depends on men. And the second anything bad were to happen to you, the second you were physically threatened, or times were to get hard, or war were to start, or famine, or riots, the first thing you do is find a big strong man, shit yourself, and throw the feminism out the window. Feminism goes out the fucking window the second that the snow needs shoveling, or there's a fucking broken down car, or the tire needs changing. Then all that crap vanishes. It's garbage. And this is the actual...
Okay. We can pause right there for just a second. Yeah, I told you. All right, number 1, do you consider yourself a feminist?
Yes.
Okay, and then what are your thoughts on what he just said just now?
Okay, I feel like it's true to an extent. I feel like...
But, okay.
I feel like it is true to an extent, but at the same time, I don't know. Okay, fine, it's true. It's true.
She said, fuck it, I'm not...
Fuck, it's true. I'm not even trying to argue it. It's true. Like, you can say that you're independent and all that stuff, but at the same time, like he said, when times get hard or whatever, what are you going to do? Yeah. Call a man to try and assist you. So, I mean, there's truth to it. He's not my favorite person in the world, but...
What do you mean by that? Oh, no.
We won't get into...
No, we got to get into it. That's the point of these videos.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you mean he's not your favorite person?
So, usually, I think Andrew Tate is very misogynistic and sexist.
Oh my god.
But
no, hold on. We gotta pause. No, we gotta pause. We gotta pause right here. First of all, what makes him misogynistic? What did he said or done that made him misogynistic?
I'm not saying in this particular video. He is correct.
I get that. But first of all, what is misogyny? Let's go.
Misogyny is kind of just thinking like, it kind of ties into sexism in a sense, but thinking that like men are just so superior to women, and then thinking that, like, you know what I'm saying?
I think that's like the second or third definition. The number 1 definition is the hatred or prejudice towards women.
And some of the things he says can be perceived as hatred.
Okay, name one.
The way he just describes women in a sense.
You just said the way. No, name something that you heard him say verbatim.
I can't think of anything particularly right now off the top of my head, but I know in previous instances there are certain things that have been perceived as somewhat hatred towards women.
Okay, so a lot of times, because I've had hundreds of women on the show, and they say kind of the same things, but when I actually dig deep into what they're talking about, it's more so the way he says it versus what he says.
I guess it is all on the delivery. There is certain things that if he were to deliver it in a particular better manner, it wouldn't be perceived so, I guess, with malintentions.
Okay, but if I tell you, hey, it's raining outside, or if I say, hey, it's fucking raining outside, does that change the fact that it's raining outside?
No, but it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Okay. So for you personally, if someone says you driving or something, or you walking, and someone says, hey, bitch, look out for that pothole, and versus him not saying nothing, would you rather have him tell you that?
No, because why would you yell at me like that? I didn't do nothing to you.
Okay. I want to be very clear with my question. Okay, hold on. You have one scenario where a person doesn't says anything, right? And you go, you walk, and then you fall into a pothole, you break your fucking,
Okay, fine. Ankle. I would want someone to tell me, but they don't have to say like, ayo, bitch, watch the fuck out. They can just be like, hey, watch out. Okay, now pause. Now, what if that's just the way that they talk? And he's not even saying it as like, it's
hey,
knowing
yo,
your
bitch.
Audience.
Huh?
It's knowing your audience, time and place.
It's knowing your audience, time, and place. Mm-hmm. So, okay, because we can go deeper and deeper, but I do want to get back to the topic of the video. But bottom line is, when it comes to communication between men and women, do you think that we the same when it comes to communication?
I don't think so.
Okay, so can you blame a man talking to majority of men about particular different subjects, and you as a woman is just listening to that conversation?
I guess as a man, I can see it. I suppose from a man's perspective, I could see it being perceived that way. But at the same time, as a woman, listening to the things that he says, it just comes off very sexist and almost like I just said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Okay, and I understand that to some point of view, but at the same exact time, I understand the opposite, which is, let's say you was, I don't know, at fucking LA Fitness, and you just heard guys talking about women. They're not going to talk about women the same way that they would talk about women if they were trying to get you. They wouldn't even talk about women the same exact way if they was even around women. So for this
so
whole
basically
world,
just locker room talk.
It's not even.
But he's doing it publicly.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, pretty much. It's straight to the point, very direct. That's just how men are in general.
The very interesting thing. I'll make a point here, which is going to get me canceled again, but I don't give a fuck. but this is the point. Feminism in and of itself can't be defended. Any idea, the point of an idea is that it can be defended by the people who believe in it. This has been the whole point of war since the dawn of time. It doesn't matter if it was the Christians against the Hindus. It doesn't matter if it was the Germans against the French. There were people who had ideas and ideologies, and they were prepared to fight each other to defend their ideology. Feminism is an ideology which cannot be defended by feminists. The only people who could defend feminism are the men who subscribe to the garbage. If all the feminists were to get in a line and say, we want feminism, and the conservative men were to get in a line, you would learn very quickly it's bullshit. I had a friend in Afghanistan when Taliban kicked America out. And he told me the Americans were telling the girls they could go to school. So they built all these girls' schools, and they put the Afghanistani Defense Forces there, and they funded the Afghan Defense Forces to protect these schools. You had American satellites, you had night vision goggles. Taliban were afraid to attack. America leaves. Now you have Afghani defense forces. They're basically blind. They don't have satellites anymore. Don't have night vision, whatever. So now it's a real war. The men are standing next to this girls' school. The Taliban are coming. You're some dude. You're standing there, and you're looking at this girls' school going, I don't really give a fuck if girls go to school. Bounce. And you didn't fight. So that's why they all gave up and Taliban took over so quickly. And when I said this, the girls like, yeah, they should have fought for us, feminism. Why don't the women fight?
Can I ask?
Oh, wait, the women can't defend their own fucking idea. You need men to defend feminism. So that's why the whole thing is stupid. Because the second men don't defend it, it just fails as a fucking ideology. It's garbage.
May I tell you something now?
Thoughts on that? Or any thoughts before we carry on? Don't hold back. Go ahead.
Okay. So I feel like, to an extent, okay, that's correct, that you could potentially need someone other than the majority of what you're talking about to defend what you're speaking about. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, in those countries, it's looked and frowned down upon for women to be able to fight like that.
To be able to do what?
To be able to fight for, like, their rights, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like, in those countries, they're not necessarily allowed to, and they don't really have that much control over what goes on in their own environment. Just because that's particularly in that country how it is.
I get what you're saying, but it still doesn't negate of what he's saying, which is what I believe in as well, is if you are a woman and you believe in something so heavy, why not are you prepared to fight for it? Why are you not prepared to die for it?
Because they don't necessarily have the right. They don't have the utilities. They don't have the tools.
But hold on, pause. You said they don't have the right, they don't have the utilities, they don't have the tools. There's a lot of different wars that's happened, a lot of different revolutions that happened where the persons or people in power had way better artillery or power or weapons than the person that was.
Win, yes. But at the same time, you have to think these women don't have access to that.
Okay. I get what you're saying, but it doesn't, to me personally, right? If I am, let's say I'm a woman, right? And I truly and utterly believe in, I don't know what's going on in the world. I think some girl got killed for something by not wearing a hijab, something like that. And if all women got together and was like, hey, we are not wearing that shit no more. Okay, why don't you fucking fight all the people that are literally oppressing you to wear those different things, which is the government, which is maybe your household, which is maybe all these different things. The point is, majority of women don't do that. They don't get together. They don't revolt. They don't fucking be willing to die for their ideas.
Okay, I mean, I could see that.
So.
I mean,
So
I
how's
can see
it
that,
wrong?
but at the same time, it's different in this specific scenario. It's different because they're not having the accessibility to the things that they need to be able to fight and be able to protect themselves and be able to fight what they believe in this particular scenario.
No, I'm gonna be honest. That's
wrong.
That's still wrong. But,
No, it's not.
Yes, because okay, I don't want to harp on this too long because obviously we gotta get back to the video. But if you was in this scenario, he's talking about guys coming and protecting people or women coming to schools. Why don't those women fight for their own right to go to school?
What are they gonna fight with?
Their hands until they get a knife, knives until they get guns, guns until no one wants to no more.
Men are significantly stronger than women.
Of course, that's why then you better be more manipulative. You better be more sneaky. You better be more covert. I'm just saying, if I was oppressed and I knew in my right mind exactly, I had a group of people, etc., I would try to find a way to fucking get unoppressed.
Well, of course, that would be, best case scenario, but not everything is black and white.
Of course, I agree with that. But at the same time, I'm still gonna try. Like, let's move on.